Three, and we're live fast.
Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourselves in this weird, wild, wacky world of Rise, and welcome to another exciting installment of Chicago by Night, or by Dark, or by Night. I don't care anymore. Anyway, this evening's scene is going to be set in a newly acquired suburban house. In a newly acquired suburban house in, is it called Riverdale? It's called Riverdale. Yes. One of the
where you put the meeting at? Yes, is in Riverdale.
There we go. One of the lower income housing areas of Hong Kong, or not, of Chicago. The saloon luxury vehicle the Giovanni are traveling in will pull up outside the house. As I say, it looks like an ordinary, one-story bungalow style building. As Cara and Cecilia will step out of the car.
Already waiting for you, man standing outside of the house with a huge box.
Define huge box.
I mean huge box, like you could probably fit 9-10 bodies inside. Comfortably.
Okay. Cara will walk up casually. Allow me to do the introductions. Dr. Cecilia Giovanni, if you would like to meet Alfred Montebank of the Sword of Cain.
Cecilia will walk up, tapping her cane along. She leans on it, using it to walk. She will reach her hand out and say, "It's a pleasure to meet you."
It is always great interest to meet new Giovanni as he takes the hand and shakes it lightly, but you can tell there's a lot of strength behind that grip if he wanted to use it.
I take it that this box is my payment.
Yes, scrubbed clean, and everything's nice and tidy with them.
Good.
They even have new outfits.
There is a slight twisted smile. Would you care to bring them inside?
No problem, as he picks the box up and just walks it inside. Doesn't even look like he's trying too hard.
Cara, but inside you'll find just the ordinary kind of suburban home. It probably looks a bit neglected. You can guess that people haven't been living here for the last number of months. Cara will not seem that interested in the rest of the house. What he will do is he will walk to a I beg your pardon. He will walk to a door affixed to the stairs that you can guess probably leads down to the basement. And he will click a key out of his pocket and he will open the door. Down this way, if you would be so kind, Mr. Montebank.
All right. He just pushes the thing towards the door, looks at it, shakes his head, pulls out what looks like just a railroad spike and pops the box open. And literally is now carrying them because the box cannot fit through like an inside doorway.
By the way, when he pops open the box, what did we say? 5 people, I believe it was.
4 people and a dead person.
Excellent. There were 4. I assume the 4 people are still living.
Very much so, and very frightened.
Okay. Excellent. Will be walked downstairs. Cecilia, when you get to the bottom of the stairs, you will find that the basement has basically been remade into a medical suite. Because medical suite?
She'll just look around, looking over everything.
Everything appears to be new and shiny, as if it's just been bought. There's some pretty good equipment down here, like you'd expect to maybe find in a hospital grade stuff.
Okay.
I said that it was probably best that you have a workspace where you could be unencumbered by prying eyes.
Thank you. It looks wonderful. I'm sure we'll spend many nights down here.
Wonderful. He will casually toss her a set of keys that will open the doors. I will point out, as you walked down the stairs, the main stairs, you notice that the door leading to this basement is really heavy duty. Like, it looks like a normal door from the outside, but on the inside it's like a steel plated kind of thing, etc. And there are a number of locks that are undone by the single key. Now then, he will say, as basically by the way, I take it that these people, did you have them flesh crafted in the end, or did you not?
Oh yes,
Oh my.
they are perfect. They are perfect perfectly looking porno stars. Like I think I had names somewhere, but there's 4 of them, and they all look exactly like them.
See. Basically, what's going to happen is the Giovanni will turn around and he will say, there are collars and leg fixtures on the walls. If you would kindly have them strapped up.
No problem. Lifts one by the neck, puts her in, straps her down, after cutting the duct tape from her hands and feet, and proceeds to do that with all of them, except for the dead body. And she looks like she went through hell. Like, even to your eyes, it looks like this kind of torture was done by a professional and someone who's been at it for over a century.
How barbaric.
Someone had to die in an extreme fashion to create what you need.
This is entirely true. Now then, Mr. Montebank, you have done very well. So, we will hold to our agreement. Cecilia, would you be so kind as to hefting the he'll spend 2 blood to activate it. He'll spend 2 blood to increase his strength, just so he can easily lift the dead weight of the body onto the operating gurney. And he will say, would you mind please removing the... Did you want the left or the right eye?
My left eye, as he points at it.
Would you mind please removing the left eye of this personage for me, please?
She'll arch an eyebrow, but then nod and say, "That's fine. Just give me a moment to set everything up then."
Of course.
She'll go around getting all the tools she'll need, and like gloves and everything. I guess it's time for me to roll intelligence medicine.
It'd be Dex medicine.
Okay. Oh no.
You can put blood into your Dex if you wish to.
I know. It's what I was about to do. Has played vampire before.
Hashtag has played vampire.
Has been true. Go Venture.
Venture aren't real vampires.
Shut the fuck up. Yes, they are. Satoshi is very well. But I will put 2 blood into Dex.
Okay.
Good lord, I need it. I mean, 2 successes should remove an eyeball. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly. You manage to, you feel some of the optic nerve probably start to drag with you, or then thereabouts, but you manage to sever it rather neatly, and you place it into a petri dish or some suitable receptacle. Mr. Montebank, if you would like to lay down, please.
All right. He does look to make sure that there are no straps where you're asking him to lie down.
No, it's just a gurney.
Yeah, he lies down on top of it.
Would you
Takes his
now
hat
please
off.
would you now please remove Mr. Montebank's left eye?
She'll nod. probably change the gloves out because she's got the dead dude's blood on it, and that would, it's nasty. But then when she gets new tools or cleans the other ones and sterilizes them, she will do the same thing. Now I gotta roll more dice. I hate ones.
If you botch, this really hurts.
No, I got one success, but I had... Okay, does this game work like Hong Kong, where the ones take away the tens?
Yes, they take away 10s first.
Okay, then, yeah, it's just one success. What am I?
Rob, this is by no means a pleasant or quick experience.
I spend a willpower.
There.
I don't frenzy and murder you all.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Whilst you're doing this, you see Clara basically dip a paintbrush into the blood congealing from the corpse, from its actual eye socket. And he starts to draw weird symbols on the back of his hand. And he starts to chant in a low Italian. You can understand it, Kim. He's basically imploring the spirits to allow this, to allow the bearer of this eye to cross the shard, to view across the seal, to see beyond the shadows, to pierce the veil. And he will stride forward then, and he will scoop the eyeball from the petri dish, and he will open... Grog, this hurts like fuck, and I emphasize this. He presses his fingers into your eye socket, and he opens the eye socket so wide. He's actually actively using strength to open your eye socket wider than it should be. And
I'll spend another willpower because I normally I would frenzy because of the pain.
Sure. He will then start whispering in dark tones like "Sembos the Myosinte Anatomos," and he brings his hand over his head, looking down at you, looking into the bloodied eye socket. Everything in the room feels cold now. Everything feels dark. It's almost as if the light itself is being leached from the fixtures, being leached from the lamps. And then in one smooth movement, he smashes his hand into your eye socket with the eye in the center of his palm. And I will roll my ritual dice. The ritual will last as long as the ritual needs to last. So, he's probably been chanting for the better part of an hour, realistically. So that is my intelligence plus occult, difficulty 5. And because I really don't want to fuck you up, I'll spend a willpower. Holy shit balls. That's really bad. That's one gets cancelled by that. That gets cancelled by that. That's a total of 2 successes. With the 2 successes, 1 success and 1 with the willpower. So once again, it feels as if you're falling through darkness for about 20 seconds, and you feel completely odd. You feel like the entire world has shifted sideways. But then, you blink, and you feel the vampiric healing process start to begin. You feel your eye starting to reconstitute itself, starting to, integrate again into your vampiric system. And the vision, it's actually quite interesting because were you blind in your bad eye?
No, I just had a problem seeing in it already.
Okay. Everything starts to come back into focus as the Giovanni steps back and walks to a tap, to a sink, and washes the blood off the back of his hand. I have given you your payment, Mr. Montebank.
He looks at. He like pulls out a cigar case, pops the lid open, and you see that it shined on the inside. So you did.
I trust that you are satisfied.
He looks around and probably sees a ghost or two.
They tend to follow me, man.
Blink, blink. Yes, I very much am.
I trust that you were paying good attention to the ritual. Little
Of
one.
course.
No. He was asking Cecilia.
She nods.
I have given. He'll now switch to Italian, and he'll say, "A rather simple little trick to see through a dead man's eye and see the land of the dead. That's all I've given him. The most basic of gifts."
Curious.
Oh, in what way?
Just. I should have given him this small boon in exchange for people, which could have easily been gotten by either you or myself with our own influence.
He'll nod and he will say, "Unfortunately, due to our clan's inability to feed discreetly, it is very difficult to come up with blood sustenance, as if you feed, you cause agony. People remember agony. And it's not pleasant. So you need those who are going to die anyway. So we will keep these 5 alive. We will keep these 4 alive. They will be fed, they will be taken care of, etc. And they will be used for our purposes. It is just expedient. I gave him a minor boon. He gave us a source of food."
Of course. If I might say, buying from human trafficking rings is a lot simpler. I have a few of my own. That's how I feed. No one misses them.
I'm thinking that we may need to create feeding cash points like this the city over, so that if we ever find ourselves in need, that it is not far to the next place.
Of course.
But yes, he will walk up to Mr. Mountebank and he will take out. Actually, no, he'll ask Cecilia, "Give him an eye exam to see if he can actually see, would you?"
She'll look at him very curiously and then just find a piece of paper and write down ABC, blah blah blah. And she'll pin it to one end of the wall, tell him to go to the other end, and we'll do the whole, what is this letter? What is this letter? This letter.
You can obviously tell that he can't see as well with one eye as the other. But he can see out of it.
My recommendation? Perhaps glasses if he really wants to increase his weaker eye. Other than that, he's fine.
You can also see that he is playing with his own eye, like looking at it, turning it over.
By the way, there is a question I have.
I may have an answer for you.
Oh shit, out of character because it's something Evan's completely forgotten. What's the name of Ziggy's character again?
Lawrence?
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Thank you. Is this Lawrence fellow the head of your Militus Tenebra?
One second while I think about that. I'm not sure that I can tell that. I gotta look at my notes. It depends on what you mean by leader. How do you mean? You'd have to be more specific. I can't answer that vague of a question.
He kind of looks a bit confused because he thought it was a relatively simple question.
If he tells you to jump, do you ask how high, or do you tell him to shut up?
I ask him why. In a polite tone.
And if he gives you a good answer, do you jump?
Yes.
I see. He is an interesting fellow.
That he is. Would you like more such creatures as the 4 that I have found?
Kara strokes one of them absent-mindedly on the face and probably recoils in terror. No, this will do for the time being.
I have something else that I'd like to buy from you. So,
Oh, what is that?
the Bloods in this area. They need higher grade automatic weapons than what they currently have. Something tells me that the Giovanni, rumor has it that they're generally in with crime families. One would wonder whether you could get access to military grade hardware.
It is possible.
Well, seeing as how the Camarilla is known for burning down various locations if it's in a Sabbat-held territory, I was wondering if we can't make a deal to buy some guns in exchange for keeping any riffraff from attacking anything in the territory. Because let's face it, they're getting desperate.
How many weapons do you desire?
How many can you give is the only answer I can give you. I'll take them all. Cop killer rounds, dragon's breath, you name it.
Once again, switching to Italian. I think that he asks for rather more than he understands or can pay for.
More than likely. Also, is this home in the Sabbat territory?
For the time being.
It's kind of funny. The way he phrased that makes it sound, at least to me, that giving him these guns was some sort of protection fee from the Camarilla over this place.
I had noted that.
Out of character, you would both know that they have, in fact, burned down various buildings and controlled space.
Yeah, but again, you've also burned down their buildings.
Yeah, that was retaliation, though. They started it.
They started it.
But Mom!
But Mom! Hashtag the correct. Oh my god, I've come to this horrible realization. What the Sabbat and the Camarilla need to stop the jihad is just Kane to show up dressed in, dressed up like their mom and give them a right good scolding and send them off to bed without supper.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kinda.
This is why Giovanni are best. We don't care. We don't want to fight anyone. I'm able to provide you with a number of weapons. That's not a problem. But I think that you are greatly overestimating your ability to buy purchase, or indeed protect what is Clan Giovanni's?
I merely meant to protect the border from any incursion, not protect what's yours. That's your rightful duty, your rightful say in things. And as to buy them, that won't be a problem.
What are your liquid assets?
Let's see. We have the crack trade. We have marijuana, and I believe mushrooms and some other illicit material selling.
The Giovanni very calmly shakes his head and he says, "Your information is slightly out of date."
How so? Like this, I was told this today. Like out of character, like which, like is it, did you corner one of them?
Out of character, I've cornered one of the ones that you're talking about, yes.
Okay.
Mostly because he's not really interested in the others. But basically, we now control all cocaine coming in and out of the city.
Crack is different than cocaine, though.
I thought it was crack cocaine. I thought that was the entire point of it.
Crack is a very cheap version of cocaine that is sold to, like, the poor and crackheads.
The poor and crackhead.
There's no other way to put it. Like, it's a very cheap drug that's made out of what you would be selling to, like, hoity-toity parties.
Make me a list of what it is you want. Numbers, items, etc. And have it brought to my office. And Clan Giovanni will more than likely be able to facilitate you if the price we agree upon is correct.
All right, I can most certainly do that. Out of character, Evan. Cocaine is coke, not crack.
Okay.
Damn these kids and changing the name of all the drugs every damn year.
Hashtag need more drugs. Drugs are
Yeah.
life. Anyway.
Back in character.
I like how this, I'm sorry, I like how this game, from what myself and Kim have been playing of it, has basically been Scarface the Masquerade, because everyone's just talking about, we need more drugs, we need more guns, we need more drugs, we need more guns.
You need more drugs to buy more guns, so that you can protect having more drugs, so that you can buy more guns. It's just a vicious cycle here.
And by vicious, you mean like a fox?
Pretty much.
That's not how that works. Like hell, it's not. Anyway,
Yes, I can get you a list. Should I be aiming at certain areas of the world when asking for firearms?
we tend to deal in Italian and Swiss models.
So not the AK. Noted.
Is that all that you require of us, Mr. Mountebank?
That's all that I have for you.
In that
I'll get
case,
back with you with numbers.
That is fine. In that case, if you would not mind leaving us, I need to have a word with my subordinate.
All right. You notice that he pulls a handkerchief out of his pocket and dabs up any what could be vitae up off of the instruments and everything else, pockets it, and then makes his way out.
Cecilia would have cleaned it already, sterilized it, and
Okay.
disposed of the blood. Is a good doctor.
Is good doctor. Except for when she keeps rolling ones.
Yeah, that kind of scared me, not gonna lie. With that, Cadus is just gonna not even really look around, but just nod to both of them, offer a hand to Chara if he takes it, If not, he's not going to be offended.
He'll take it.
I hope to do much business with you, and I hope to make this city profitable. War tends to eat away at that.
And bear in mind, Mr. Montebang, Clan Giovanni is at war with no one.
Yes, but if everyone else is warring, fires get started, things go wrong. I don't want that. I just want to make a little bit of money while I'm here.
Good evening, Mr. Montebang.
Good evening. And he walks up the stairs, shuts the door, and makes sure it locks behind him.
Kara leans against the wall. So, what do you make of this situation then, my dear?
I I have several different opinions on this, but the one that
Do you
just
voice them?
the one that comes to mind most often is how I'm not entirely sure what the word is, but how pompous the Sabbat acts. All the members I've met so far are so pompous.
I met with the Camarilla Archon this evening.
Didn't invite me. Shame.
It was rather abrupt and sudden. I received information whilst in the middle of dinner, ironically, that she wished to meet with me within the hour. There was not much I could do, frankly, but except she's a rather interesting young lady. Far too young to have the title she possesses.
Could mean that the Camarilla are desperate for those in leadership positions.
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how much of a priority Chicago is for them, if that makes sense. After all, they have the jihad to worry about in New York and the Sabbat pushing up from the south. But that is neither here nor there. This place, this Riverside, or Riverdale, is their next point of conquest in the city anyway. They plan to take it back from the Sabbat as soon as possible. So, our interests will be safe here. She has promised to abide by the treaty, or by the agreement. So, we shall see what happens.
Indeed.
Ironically, we are now providing drugs and arms to both sides, as both the Sabbat and the Camarilla have their own underworld proxies, but both of them are now buying our merchandise and material.
Nothing wrong with supplying both sides of the fight.
They both know that we are neutral in their little fight, their little jihad. However, I do have a task for you.
She'll just arch an eyebrow.
I need someone who can move around more conspicuously than I can. And I need you to start identifying areas of necromantic resonance within Chicago. Places where many have died and many souls remain trapped. After all, we need to start sending souls back to Venice for our quotas.
She'll nod. That should be easy enough. Especially considering the fire that was here some years ago.
See. Anywhere where there has been a great amount of death. But that is a task for another evening. As I've said, I figured that this space would be ample for your needs should you need to perform more macabre operations than normal. Do you like it?
It's very nice. Thank you. And I am working on getting the bodies you requested.
Excellent. Excellent. All is proceeding so well. In that case, he casually stretches as he stands up. Shall we go for a nightcap?
That sounds like a lovely idea.
Excellent. With that, the two will leave the humans laying on the floor. There will be a ghoul attendant or just an ordinary person, a Goomba from the mob who comes by to feed and take care of them. With that, we shall call it scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching if we ever have any. Peace.
Praise Cain.